Hi, my name is Skylar Voss, and I am the head trainer at Morningside Eventing. I'm here today with our second installment for the U.S. Event Horse Futurity. We've been lucky to work with A and Dale, the fabulous breeders of Wits End Eventing, for many years now. Our 2019 entry for the Futurity is the beautiful and personable Comet Chrome. Morningside is a wonderful facility owned by the Husseins in the Plains, Virginia. It's a great place to bring along these young horses with fabulous amenities to school every discipline. Morningside is large, though, hosting almost 50 event horses, so these babies are thrown into a show-type atmosphere from the very beginning. We recognize that we are slightly behind some of the other entrants in experience and training, as Chrome just arrived to Morningside in the beginning of January. Prior to her arrival, she had not yet been ridden, but A and Dale have handled her a ton, and she has competed in the YEH 3-year-old classes as well as attending free jump clinics. We began Chrome's training process with extensive groundwork in January, and our second video installment will take you through our process as well as our first few rides under saddle. We are lucky to have Callie Johnson on our Morningside team. She is skilled in starting young horses on the ground and has broad training in Pirelli work. I will have Callie go through her process and how Chrome has developed.
You will notice that most of Chrome's groundwork is done in a rope halter. Chrome had never had a saddle or bridle on when she came to us, so all of her initial groundwork was done like this. There are a few reasons I like to rope young horses. The most obvious is to teach them how to yield to pressure, move their bodies, and problem solve. But I also use this to teach relaxation and allow horses to gain confidence on their own. I typically start by asking the horse to stand quietly while I touch their body. Chrome struggle with this quite a bit considering the atmosphere at Morningside. Once the horse is relaxed, I move on to asking them to yield their front end and hind end away from me until they are comfortable in the environment, allowing them to process and think through what I'm asking. I then sent Chrome out onto a circle by backing her and yielding her shoulders in the direction I wanted her to go, asking her to stop by yielding her hind end. Chrome was a bit nervous when originally put on the circle and would speed up with each lap. The main focus is to make this as positive and fun as possible. As the locations and environments change, I start this process from the beginning. She became very relaxed in our indoor, but the additional sights, sounds, and distractions in the outdoor arena meant we started over with the relaxation process and worked up from there. We've recently started introducing Chrome to poles, baby cross-country jumps, and water on the rope. Chrome is extremely brave and willing to jump. While she may not always understand the question the first time, she's a fast learner and happy to try again the second time. We never get upset when the horse stops or takes a look at the fence. I simply represent and praise them for going over it.
After a few weeks with Callie, we began the introduction of tack to our groundwork sessions. We started with a saddle pad and surcingle, allowing her to adjust to the girth, then began working her with a real saddle. The flopping stirrups were a concern for her during the first few roping sessions, as she is often nervous about sudden noises. Once we had worked through the nerves of the saddle, we added in the bridle and put a rope halter over it to allow her to adjust to the bit. Once she was comfortable with tack, we began the rider process. We had someone hold on to Chrome while we got her used to a person stepping on the mounting block. We did this a few times until she relaxed, and then added weight by leaning onto the saddle. Once she was comfortable, we put one foot in the stirrup, always making sure we could safely dismount if needed. It didn't take long before we were able to walk a few steps and be led in hand. After a week of mounting, we called in Dustin Craig, who is a local event and hunt rider in our area and specializes in starting young horses. He has helped us with multiple babies in the past, as well as restarting our racehorses. Dustin spent multiple days working on Chrome bending and doing small circles in hand so that he had tools when he went to mount her. Once he had successfully sat on her, he focused on free and forward on a loose rein and letting Chrome move in front of his leg. Since Dustin's work with Chrome last week, we have begun riding her ourselves. We followed up on Callie's groundwork by now walking over poles and boxes under saddle and focusing on Dustin's free and forward philosophy in the walk, trot, and canter. We look forward to continuing Chrome's education with a rider, and we will be back to you in March with all of our progress.